You know, when you're going through a spiritual awakening, it can be a very scary moment. When I first had my spiritual awakening in 2011, for me, it wasn't scary. It was eye-opening, to say the least. But what I discovered is that what I come to know about myself and what I believe I came to know about life made me feel like everyone should know it. And so I did the thing that a lot of people do when they go through their first stage of awakening is you call everybody and you try to convince everybody that you just discovered the truth. That you've just discovered something that the vast majority of people don't know. I mean, I did it as well. I called everyone that I could possibly call, and I told them what I believe I discovered. And to my surprise, to my surprise, they didn't believe me. And I don't blame them, because what I started to realize as I stayed on my spiritual path over time, I started to realize that my path was for me. It wasn't for them. The awakening happened to me, not them. And that's the first thing I want to tell you, that the awakening is happening to you, not your friends, not your family. Very rarely do a whole group of people wake up at the same time. And what does even waking up mean to you? What does waking up mean to you? Because a lot of people have different ideas about what it means to be awake. But for me, what I mean by awakening is I really started to understand that I am life itself. I am life itself having a life experience. And because I'm life itself having a life experience, I am also a creator. And because I'm life and a creator, I'm the creator of my life experience. And so for me, that's what I realized. But before then, before I had an awakening, I just thought I was a mere little human that had no control over my reality, that was a victim of circumstances, and blamed everybody for my shortcomings. The awakening took away all of those ideas, and it put me into the driver's seat of my own reality. And this video is not about convincing you what your spiritual awakening should be about and trying to tell you what your spiritual awakening shouldn't be about. It's an invitation for you to go deeper inside of yourself, because that's the most important thing. The most important thing is for you to dive deeper inside of yourself. The most important thing is for you to meditate. And I know a lot of people have different forms of meditation. And a lot of people get their truths from books. But to me, if you can't make yourself sit still and face your own emotions, observe your own thoughts, you're not as awake as you think you are. Because having the ability to sit still takes a degree of control. And if you can't do it, then maybe that's a signal that you can't control yourself. And if you can't control yourself, how awake are you? So first of all, sit. Sit with yourself. Observe your own thoughts. Observe your own emotions. Become keenly aware of the way you feel deep down inside. Make peace with the cells that make up your body. And the way you make peace, or should I say the way I make peace, is I forgive every person, place, and thing that has happened or that came into my reality up until this point. You can literally send a thought to yourselves and tell yourselves to be peaceful, to be calm. And if you do that over and over again, you'll start to develop a really good relationship with yourself. And after you develop a really good relationship with yourself, you'll start to find that you have a really good relationship with all of life. You'll start to find that the people, the places, and the things that you come across most of the time are going to be in direct harmony with the way you feel and the way you think about yourself and the way you feel and think about the world around you. All of the people around you now become a mirror to you. So when I'm out and about, depending on what's happening around me, I can definitely tell how I'm feeling on the inside, because I know now that life is a mirror and it's simply reflecting back to me what's going on deep inside of me. But that might not even make a lot of sense to you if you haven't done the inner work. You know, YouTube videos are not going to give you the inner work. Reading a book is not going to give you the inner work. The best books that I've ever read were books that already answered something that I've come to on the inside already. Books that caused me to remember what I'd already come to know at some level. But sitting to yourself, going deep within, is one of the most amazing things you can do for your spiritual journey. It's why I'm always out in nature, because I'm comfortable with myself. I'm peaceful on the inside. I feel good about myself. I'm sitting with myself and I'm observing my thoughts. I'm observing my emotions. Spirituality is not just about incense and crystals and tarot cards and channeling. It's all of it. And when you really break it down, everything is spiritual. But your spiritual path is going to be something uniquely designed for you. Uniquely for you. It's going to be a signature way of life that just fits. And when you get into the groove of who you truly are, life becomes more magical for you. And I think at any moment, we are on a path that represents who we truly are, or on a path that represents what we think we need to do and who we think we need to be based on what the Matrix wants from us. But a lot of times when you tap into who you truly are, you're naturally going to be in opposition with what the Matrix wants from you. What I found is the sweet spot. This is what I call being in the world, but not of it. For me, it's not about just checking all the way out, and it's not about being all the way in. It's about being out and in. It's about the balance. It's about the combination of walking the path. Of my unique way of life. So when you do that, when people see you shifting, now I'm going to tell you this, spiritual awakenings are not only eye-opening for you, it also startles other people that think they've known you long enough to feel like they should know you better than you know yourself. So when you get to talking this different language, when you get to live in a different way of life, Some of the people that you are associated with may have a problem with that. It's going to cause them to misunderstand you. The spiritual path is not about being misunderstood by anybody outside of you. The spiritual path is all about you living what's true to you. The spiritual path is all about you discovering who you are and literally living from that place of knowing. That is your unique spiritual path.
If you've been studying the law of attraction and the power of the mind for a while, if you've been visualizing, but you can't just quite manifest the things you want, I can help you out. I have a group coaching program called mindmastersociety.com. Go to mindmastersociety.com and become a member.